drawer behind you?
So, yeah, I'll show you. So this goes under the cutting board.
Okay. Oh,
That's
cool.
all my utensils. We got full-on winter storm, but we're making pie. And I burned to the smidge. Like so. So you have two cooking areas, a prep area, but if you need to, your dry goods. So first things first, let's get this thing measured. We're going to go all the way across from wheel well to wheel well, and then we are going to do a 6-inch drawer, but I have to space this side so it clears this back lip, so it's going to be spaced up, which will give just enough room for the fridge to come all the way out. Now it is going to be, now I'm pretty tall, so this is me standing on the ground, essentially my lift right now. So I'll still be able to see in the fridge. Might be a little difficult for my kids, but usually I get out the food and stuff anyways. So we got to think that we are going to be 6 inches on top of this. Which is going to put us right there. And then we're going to come out to 32 inches. So we're going to be 32 inches long. And my wheel wells are 43 inches. So we're going to need two pieces at 43 by 32. Now we did go to the store and we picked up two different pieces of plywood, more of a rough cut and then a finished one. The rough cut's going to be for the bottom, sides, and everything hidden. And the finished one's going to be for inside the drawers, stuff like that, just to make it look a little nicer. And of course the fronts. So I'm thinking 2 drawers. So in this way, there'll be the original kitchen on top, fridge, 2 drawers, and then a drawer. And then on this side will be another drawer, just carry extra gear. And then on each side, I'll have nice spots as essentially cubby holders for, chairs and stuff like that. But I'll have a big middle alleyway for fishing gear, whatever I need to haul. So that should be perfect. So that comes into here, so that'll line up really nice. We're going to have a small gap at the very back of the bottom of the seats, but that's okay. Because we're going to be coming up to about here, and I'm not doing an angle to match the seat because that's just way too much extra. So on each side, as you can see, we're going to be bringing this up, so we'll have a nice cubby hole there. And then we'll also have this nice cubby hole. So that's going to be pretty sweet. I might even bring this all the way up. No, I won't need to actually. So I'll have my other kitchen. Now let's go cut the next one, which is our finished piece of wood. And then we got to cut 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces after that. And that'll give us our main structure. Then we can start figuring out what we're doing from there. I'm using PL construction adhesive to adhere all these pieces together. This way when you're on the back roads bouncing around, it's not going to break apart and it's going to last for years to come. Whenever I have to put screws in plywood, I like to pre-pilot my holes. This way it allows the screw still to get a nice bite, but doesn't split that plywood, and it's just a lot less hassle. So I am going to have to modify the original kitchen. It's not going to be too long because it's hitting the seat. So we're going to have to shorten the original kitchen, but this gives you an idea. We're going to have 2 drawers underneath, and then these 2 drawers Being that these. Slide this second.
A few moments later.
Being that double slides out, and I'll actually stand about this height because I'm on the lift right now. So this will work for me just fine. I can have food in there, still have a cooking area here. This drawer is going to have cooktop and stuff underneath, and then this is going to be the extra storage for gear, being I won't need it in it as much, but this is going to work really nice. We have to get a center support in there and then get that top screwed on, but I was second guessing my thought pattern. I think it's going to work out really, really nice. Biggest mistake people like to make is don't leave extra room inside, especially if you want to fit something specific. Plus, you got to remember you got your drawer board spacing, plus your roller. So what I've done is I've done that on each side, gave extra room for the stove. So it's going to be 24 3/4 to the center of this board that's going down there, and then whatever this drawer is going to work out to be, which will be a 16-inch drawer. So that'll be really nice because we'll work on upgrading to a new stove. I think we're going to go to a GSI stove. As you know, I love GSI. Well, let's get this thing built. So we're going to mark our 24 3/4 to the center. And then we got to mark our 24 3/4 to the center. Give that board a quick sand, and then we can get that installed. Unfortunately, my screws were just a little bit too long. I didn't want them catching the carpet, sliding in or out this kitchen. So, quick flat disc, knock them down to the right height, and then I never have to worry about catching my hands or catching anything, sliding it in or out of the vehicle. And just like that, we have the start to our outdoor kitchen. So we have stove, compartment in behind, and then when I'm just cooking, I can only have it out that far, but if I need something, you can pull it all the way out. Then I just did a nice little handle, reach your fingers in. Of course, I got my great GSI Outdoors kit. And then I'm gonna have a bunch of other cookware, pots, pans, everything else in here. So that's to come. And then while I was out shopping, I found these great little rugs that cost only $2.99. It's kind of ironic, I did the nice wood on top, but now I'm looking at this going, stop gear from sliding around and stuff. It would be really nice to have a carpet on it. So I found these two rugs at the exact right width, but I just need to trim them this way. So I'm going to trim those down. I'll stop stuff from sliding around back here. So in this way, when I'm just doing day trips, I can just have it like this. The dogs can be back here, random gear. And then long trips, our bigger kitchen's going to sit over here. But we got to modify that because it is now hitting the top part of the seat, so it's sticking too far out. Won't allow everything to close. So we're going to get that trimmed down and in place, and then we can start getting this loaded back up and organized. And then, of course, I put a light in. Because that's really handy. Because now you can see absolutely everything that's in here. When you bring your drawers out, you can actually see what's in your drawers. So that was a good purchase from Princess Auto. So we have a gap down here. It's 4 inches. Now in order for this to come down, I got to bring this back minimum 2.5 inches. Up here, 2.5 would work, but I think I'm going to bring it back a full 4 from technically there. So it's going to end up. That I have a screw. So the only thing we got left now is we got the carpet all trimmed down, so we got to get it glued. So that's all nice and slick in there. So it look pretty good. So I had to make a little trap door. So I have some great storage, extra storage space underneath. And then just cut a piece of carpet to fit. So that's going to work out pretty slick. Got to get that glued down. Start to get some stuff in. So we got our stove, a random miscellaneous from garbage bags, dish soap to clothesline, flashlights, that kind of stuff in there. And this one, we're going to do a built-in cutting board. I just haven't finished that part out. That will lift up. Got GSI kit, jet boil, my coffee stuff, cups, plates, all the other good GSI stuff. And then in here, we are going to have, we do have our other stove, pots and pans, or up here, sausage going all this out. This is going to be for your dry food and stuff. So my intentions are to have this one, so I can be cooking on there. Have this one out here, so you can be cutting stuff. And then have this one like so. So you have two cooking areas, a prep area. But if you need to your dry goods, you can just roll this out very carefully and get to your other dry food. And then just got to finish the roll out so this can roll out and access that food. So yeah, really coming along. Pretty excited.